So I recently was helping a girl trade on Instagram, and she eventually said that you need to start trading so we can see your work. Show the proof, buddy. I'm not sure what that means, but okay. I decided to start a challenge where I'm going from 0 to 100K, and I will be uploading one video every single week until I hit the goal. But it's been 8 weeks, and this fucking sucks, right? I've been adding my hard-earned cash into my Robinhood account, which is burning, by the way, in hopes of making 100K. So it's been 8 weeks. I've taken a total of 27 trades, 10 wins, and 17 losses, with a win rate of 37%. Now, I've lost $434 already. And mind you, this is my hard-earned cash and I'm getting from my job and adding into this, which sucks. But what am I going to do about it is the only question that I'm concerned about. So I'm going to add more money into my Robinhood account, hopefully not burn it all up, and I'm going to make 100K. And I'm going to post a video until I do that. Now, the goal is to turn these 10 wins into 100 wins and 1,000 losses. Just kidding. Hopefully I don't turn this to 1,000 losses and lose all of my money, but yeah. So now we're going to break down essentially all the trades that I've taken week 1 through 8. Week 1, 26-minute trade. This was okay. Breaking structure, return to the supply zone, continuation, $32, 78% trade, pretty decent. This trade was a 82% trade, but both of these trades were 0 day till expiration, so it's very, very rare that you will see trades like this all the time. Week 2. Actually, let me go back to week 1 just to show you the recap. I was up $95 on that trade. Week 2, we started out at $136. You see we had this nice trade swing up to the upside, $32 trade. Could have been maximized if I took my entry and I entered just below these two equal lows right here, dragging this black line down, maximizing the green portion that would have been available. In other words, optimizing my trade and making more money. Next trade, same thing. I should have entered below this black candle right here for the liquidity sweep. This is a very weak move. Don't know why I entered so early, comes down and goes up. But I also swung this trade, so I was down $29 the next day because I also still held once it came back to my break even. Only made $4 this week, which was pretty bad. Week 3 started at $140. This trade was also pretty bad. You see all of these liquidity lows right here. This black line should actually be all the way down here. I should be entering right below this. Just like this one right here, I had to actually enter another position simply because the first position was just that bad of an entry. And so if I would have actually just been patient, just entered my full position down here, that actually would have been a very, very nice trade. But I also held all the way down to my break even, which was not good. Gotta stop doing that, and I keep doing that over and over. You'll see that eventually, like the pattern, you'll see that develop. This trade was just fucking stupid. I don't know why I took this trade. I'm not breaking that down. This trade went to the downside, as you can see. I might stop trading puts as much just because they don't give me enough money and they're pretty risky. $33 on that trade, not bad. This trade was absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. We had a fair value gap. Could have been maximized by entering below these lows right here, dragging that line down here. As soon as those lows get swept, enter my position. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful run to the top side, $119 on that trade. The next trade was Apple calls, same thing. Should have entered below these lows, dragging that black line down here, which would have gave me some profit, not a lot, because I think it eventually came back down again, but down $16 on that trade because I entered too early. This trade was This was a small order block trade. Not ideal, but not terrible. Could be better. I'm going to try to avoid setups like this because it doesn't really pay me much, as you can see. This trade, I'm going to start avoiding trades like this just because this trade took forever just for the puts to come. You see it took an hour and 4 minutes just for me to make $52. But I made $131 this week, which was not bad at all. Week 4 started at $463. You may be thinking, wow, you're chugging along. You went from $41 to $463. Yeah, I was doing pretty good, but this is where shit starts to hit the fan. You see, on this trade, I ideally should have been entering under here, but it didn't even matter because I hate Starbucks, number one. For the rest of my life, I would never trade it. But as soon as I entered this position, the spread was so horrible that I was down like $100 as soon as I entered. I'm talking a second after I entered, I was down $100. And so that was not fun, and it just kept going down, and me being already emotional about the trade and being greedy and not wanting to be down $100 because I made a mistake, ended up down $233. So this week, or this next trade, was actually a pretty ideal setup. You see, caught it right below this low, which is beautiful, and it was a nice scalp. I just didn't take profit. Why am I targeting all the way up here? I couldn't even tell you. Trade comes back down. I'm only up $17 because I am not taking profit off the table. Guys, you have to take profit. And if you want to leave runners to go, you want to sell 80% of your position before it breaks a major high and then leave 20% to go. That's very ideal, but it's not ideal to hold and keep holding. This trade was also, I don't know what I was thinking. This trade would have been better if I would have maybe dragged this down and entered below this low. It still would have resulted in a loss, but not an $84 loss, maybe something like $50. I had so many chances to exit this trade, like even on this upside move right here when I seen that it was very weak, but I did not, which caused me to lose $84. $289 was burned from my account, which was very rough. We went from $463 or $400 something to $173 in a few days. Week 5, we started at $173. I included the last week starting balance just to try to make up for the fact that I lost all of it. First trade was very good risk management, only down 14, came up, came down. Wasn't too mad at it. It happens. Next trade was a pretty good win. Not sure what this looks like on a larger time frame, but we just see a nice bounce. If it would have came back down and kept going, I don't know how much I would have been down, but I ended up being up $70 on this trade. This trade had a nice downside move. Decided to not take profit when we see all of this reaction area down here serving as this upside move, and I kept on holding as I seen it go up and up and up and up, down $24. Still profitable this week though. This trade was beautiful. I still remember taking this. You're not going to see it on the bigger time frame, but there was a liquidity sweep. It was a earnings day as well. 5 nice candles on the 1 minute chart. 5-minute trade, as you can see, $171. Absolute beauty. This trade, I decided to give all of the money that I made this week back to the market, and I also added money this day from my personal funds. I traded 0 days till expiration. Once again, being greedy. You'll notice that's a key mistake that I keep making, is just being greedy and impatient. And it comes down. I didn't sell after this fluff move, and I allowed myself to lose almost $200. So this week I was only up $13. I included the week 4 to 5 profit as a way to say I am still kind of making money, even though this was a terrible week. But let's go to week 6 and 7. Only took one trade during these 2 weeks, which was not very good. I was down $165. I was traveling for work, and I was at a very important work meeting during this trade, so I couldn't really watch it, and I just watched it go to shit, essentially, which is not good. So I was down $165 on those 2 weeks, and I only took one trade, but the account was still okay. Added more money, which got burned immediately. Whew. Now, week 8. For this week, this is the same thing. The liquidity sweep is not here. It's actually below this low because these lows are green, number 1. These wicks are green, and number 2, they're relatively kind of equal. So you want to drag that entry point down here. You want to enter below this low. That would have been a nice quick scalp. I should have took profit, even though I was still up substantially, even though I entered so early. I did not take profit, and I just let it come all the way back because I'm trying to let it run and run and run, and I'm not following my rules. That's a very, 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 very bad thing. This trade, I don't even know what I was thinking. I literally cannot conceptualize the thought process that I had when I took this, so I was down $95, and that reflects that. Next trade. This trade could have been a lot better if I would have maximized and entered below these equal lows right here. But as you can see, the trade still went pretty well. I was up $80 at some point, but since this was an interest rate trade and it went so fast, it only filled me in at about $40, which was unfortunate, but it happens. I was trading interest rates. This was the same day, down $84 because I decided to be greedy. I was up in profit, but for some reason I decided I wanted to make more money than I already had made that day, and then it just came back up, and I could have broke even that day, but I kept on holding. Yeah. Next trade. This trade was the same thing. I was up a pretty substantial amount on this downside move. It comes back up to my break even. I don't sell. End up being down $75. And this was also too short of an expiration. You see, the date was the 19th, and I bought these trades to expire the next day. Yeesh. This trade was pretty decent risk management. It was a 0 DTE. So when this move came, this quick move, I was up a pretty decent amount. I should have entered, or I should have exited after it swept this low. But as we all know, I decided to hold for some reason. But I wasn't making that mistake of holding all the way up here. I sold right here, and I was only down $10, which is okay. Not bad at that trade. So I was down $224 this week, despite me fighting, and that was mainly because that one, I was just being too greedy. So, and it's currently week 9 that I'm recording this video. Please tune in to the videos that I'm going to post for the rest of this challenge. I'm going to post videos every single week until I hit 100K or until I die. Thank you for watching.